this afternoon, Wednesday, and we're visiting with our friends here at the Ocean River Institute. And the wind is whipping up, so they did have a tent, and they're just taking their tent down because it's too scary to think about a tent flying around Harvard Square. Hi there, Rob.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good.
What's cooking this afternoon?
Well, I'm out here with the Ocean River Institute.
Yes.
And we're doing Science or Savvy Science Wednesday at the Ocean River Institute. And we're looking at how water moves around the world. People don't realize that water is different densities when it's different temperatures and different salinities. And so Dorothy here is going to show us what we do, right?
Well,
Hi, Dorothy.
Hi. So basically, what we're doing with this is we are demonstrating these two are salty and these two are freshwater.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. So we're kind of demonstrating how there's different layers in the ocean. So, for example, drop these guys in here and they have a little layer of a cold water on top. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you want to look at the difference between how the water spreads in all of these.
Yes.
So it spreads a lot slower when it's salt water because it's denser, so it takes a lot longer for it to kind of mix together.
Sure.
Whereas if you notice, these ones are fresh, they're mixing a lot faster.
Yes.
And this one just zoomed right down there, but if you look at the difference between this one, which is on top, and this one where there's ice,
Yes.
The cold water from the ice sinks to the bottom and brings the dye down even faster. Which kind of helps show, like, for example, in the Arctic, when the surface ice melts and then it freezes again in the winter, all the salt goes down and makes denser, heavier, saltier water, and that sinks down and kind of goes into the current that's going around the globe and makes a bigger, stronger current.
Yes.
Right, so that's the whole secret to our program, is that up at the North Pole, the ice caps are melting, and we have less ice caps. We have one-third is covered in the summertime, and it used to be two-thirds ice cap. And so that means that there's more open ocean water in the summertime, that when it freezes in winter, it exudes the salt and leaves a brinier water behind the ice. And that's like this ice cube that had, we put the dye on top of the ice cube, and you saw that coldest water in there cascaded downwards to the bottom.
Yes.
So this is happening up in the Arctic with more seawater flowing down and driving the currents. So we're seeing more ocean currents coursing around the world. We're seeing more flow of the Gulf Stream because of this more sinking water in the Arctic, because of more ice. Svalbard used to be the end of the road for the Gulf Stream, but in 2007, the Gulf Stream came to the surface and is now going into Svalbard harbors and causing it to melt, the glaciers to melt, and it's proceeding under the surface waters into the Arctic, and so we're getting warm Atlantic water underneath the cold Arctic water that's contributing heat to further accelerate the ice cap sinking. And Dan has been working with water density, which is the secret to all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so over here I have the tool that scientists use to help measure water density.
Yes.
And then we have the three mystery bases.
Yes.
So one of these is fresh water, one of them is very salty water, and the other one is brackish, which is a mixture of fresh and salty water, the kind of stuff you find in estuaries. And so using nothing but the hydrometer, we can actually figure out which one's which, even though all the different jars of water have different colored water in them, so you can't tell which one looks salty or not.
Okay, so show us.
So we put it in the orange one, and we see it sinks down pretty far. It goes to about, let's see, basically to the 1.0 line, so not very dense. Now we put this in the green jar, and let's see. Gotta get it to stop bouncing first. And this one sticks out pretty far to about, this is the 1.02 line, and then over here, put it in, and it sticks way out. This one's all the way up to the 1.04 line. So with this information alone, we can tell that the blue water is the saltiest, the orange is the fresh, and the green is right in the middle of the brackish water, using nothing but our helpful little hydrometer.
So, Rob, tell us a little bit about Ocean River Institute.
Yes. So this is what we're all about: is ocean education, learning how systems work, and then people join up by signing petitions and writing comments to decision makers who are deciding things about to do with the ocean, our waterways. We're all about clean water. Right now, we're working with the New England Fisheries Management Council, has finally come up for managing the sea herring and all the herring with an ecosystem-based approach instead of going for maximum sustainable yield. And it's been an 8-year effort of Ocean River Institute people writing comments and commenting to the decision makers. We're the only organization that gathers a cacophony of different voices, and we make sure everyone sounds good, right, Dorothy? Dorothy and Dan have been working on this, getting the letters together, and we're organizing it by state and stuff, and making sure everyone sounds good. Come closer so you can be in the picture.
Yes.
Now I look better, thank you.
So Rob, you're here. Your office is here in Harvard Square.
Yes, we are.
You are a valued member of the Harvard Square Business Association. We really appreciate you being here because it just adds to the richness of what's going on here in Harvard Square. Tell us a little bit about Savvy Science Wednesday.
Right, so every Wednesday at between 2 and 4 o'clock, we are out here talking about water density and how the motion of the ocean is bringing nutrients like never before from the Arctic areas down to New England and bringing warm water to colder regions of the polar areas. But it's still, climate change is a problem, and this is happening with more currents because the greenhouse gases are preventing energy from escaping the planet, and that means the energy has to go somewhere. So it's going to more storms, more hurricanes, higher velocity hurricanes, and more melting of ice and driving of currents. So we find that people who are science savvy can help decision makers better manage our planet, and it helps us understand why we must reduce our carbon footprint to reduce the effects of climate change.
Doing great work, Rob. So people can come here. You're located outside of the Out of Town News kiosk every Wednesday afternoon between 3 and...
Between 2 and 4.
2 and 4. Okay, and children and parents can come.
Yes.
And they can get a neat little sticker.
Yeah, we've got the stickers.
Yeah.
We've got a card that tells you some things you can do, but it also gives you our website.
Great.
We're at www.oceanriver.org for more information.
Excellent.
And to call me.
Thank you so much. And are the rubber ducks still at the Bank of America building?
Yeah, they're right over there. You can almost see them from here.
Yes,
They're just
fabulous.
around the corner.
So tell us a little bit about the ducks.
Right, so for 10 years, we had an exhibit in the display case down on Mount Auburn Street with the different ocean ecosystems, and then at the bottom were all these different ducks. And the ducks are back at the Bank of America there. We have decorative ducks, we have decoy ducks, and we have some funny little yellow duckies.
Yeah.
A whole collection of miniatures.
So the Harvard Square ducks are on display at the Bank of America building, located
That's right here
right
on
at,
Mass Ave.
at 1440 Mass Ave, I believe. Is it 1440?
1444.
1444 Mass Ave. Perfect.
Look for the ducks in the window.
Look for the ducks in the window. Rob, thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing good work and keeping us educated and also entertained. This is lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.